in the corner. All right, everybody, we are live, Facebook Live today. We are very fortunate, okay, from the lovely state of Nevada. We have the Equity Dream Team. Rhonda Hubkey, Jamie Zeppenfeld. Sorry, Brittany, he jumped the gun, and Brittany Nickell. All right,
Hi,
Paul.
everyone.
Paul took over my channel a few minutes before we started with his mask on for Halloween. It was funny. All right, let's start off by introducing ourselves quickly. Rhonda, let's start with you.
Let's start with me. My name is Rhonda Hubkey, and I have been with Equity Title for 13 years. And prior to that, I have been involved in sales and marketing for a couple other companies. I've done some wholesale lending. I actually was a realtor in California before moving to Las Vegas. So just super excited. I love the marketing aspect of what I do and helping agents and supporting their success with resources.
As a matter of fact, you'll be at my Success Series this afternoon, too.
I will. I'm looking forward to it.
I like how you guys do not your own offices. All right.
I know, we're always swapping.
I know, it's great. I think it's great. All right. And how about you, Jamie? A little intro, please.
All right. I am Jamie Zeppenfeld. I work out of the Southwest office. I've been with Equity now 6 going on 7 years. This is actually my first job in marketing, and I absolutely love it. Before this, I was a men's grooming specialist, so kind of like a barber, but without the barbering license. So this was a completely different jump into a new industry for me, but I absolutely love it. It's been challenging at times, but super awesome. And it's great because I get to help a lot of agents, you know, like Rhonda said, market themselves and support them in their business. So yeah, a little about me.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Jamie, thank you. And Brittany, how about you, please?
Hi, guys. So I am Brittany Nickell, and I have been with Equity going on 10 years. I was with Equity actually 2 years prior to that, so in total, it's close to 12. I have 2 wonderful kiddos, a boy and a girl. So I absolutely love my job, but I also love being a mom. And like Rhonda said, my favorite part of this job is building partnerships and relationships with my agents, seeing their successes, being a resource for them. A lot of the agents that I've worked with have become like family to me. So very lucky to be in this position.
That is awesome. And all the agents speak highly of all 3 of you. They love working with you. And some of them have even, you know, from different offices will request you. So you guys do a tremendous job. So let's get into that. So just so everybody understands, we're Berkshire Hathaway. They're Equity Title, but we are all we're partnerships. We have deals. We work together. It's like you work with us. You work with these lovely ladies as well, and Prosperity Mortgage as well. So, and what part of what Equity does, other than do a great job with escrow and closing and title and everything, is they also help the agents with their marketing, their Facebook, all their social media. They actually, the 3 of them know the VAC, which is our Virtual Agent Center, which is basically our funky CRM, gets everything done, does the drip campaigns and so forth. So, Rhonda, why don't you tell them a little bit what you do with agents to help them, you know, succeed in their business, please.
What I like to do is I really like to meet with individually or a few agents at a time and find out what they like to do. What are they good at? Do they like to phone call? Do they like to door knock? Do they like to send out drip campaigns? Hopefully they like to do all of them, because I think each one of them is really critical in every aspect of what they're trying to accomplish as far as their marketing and prospecting. But if they're really good at one thing, then they should really focus on one thing. But don't forget about the other parts of all of those working pieces that make it successful. What I love to do is let's be strategic about your farming. What does that look like? Let's find what the turnover ratios look like in that subdivision. If there's no turnover ratios or they're very low, then there's not a lot of people moving. So you might be spinning your wheels. Consistency is another thing, very consistent. You also need to make sure, is it a gated community? Is it not a gated community? What does that look like? You may not have access to door knock if you want to door knock if it's gated. So we really, I know myself, Brittany, Jamie, we all really try to sit down and be very strategic about where you're going, what you're going to accomplish. What is your, is it going to be monthly, quarterly? Is it going to be twice a month, whatever that looks like, and then figure out what resources you're going to be taking with you when you're doing your door knocking or your prospecting, phone calling. So.
All right, cool. All right, awesome. I love it. And Jamie, your dog is definitely, he was just showing us his butt back there. I don't know if you saw that, but
Oh,
Yeah.
anyway, thank you, Rhonda. Appreciate it. He was circling around. Anyway, Jamie, how about you? I love that. Thank you, Rhonda.
Well, aside from my dog making a little appearance again, sorry about that, guys. Very similarly to Rhonda, I like to, meet with agents one-on-one and kind of identify what it is that they really enjoy doing. I always encourage agents to be brutally honest with themselves when they are setting up their marketing plan, and think about what it is that they're really good at, what really works for them, and really lean into what they're comfortable with. Because if they're, if they absolutely hate door knocking and they add that into their marketing strategy, oftentimes they're going to fall off track because they're not going to want to do it, right? So I like to encourage them to stick to what they're very good at and really lean into it. And then as they get a little bit more comfortable, then start to piece in those little parts that they may not have enjoyed doing in the first place. Because I feel like once they get comfortable at one thing, then it's okay to challenge themselves and go try something new. A big focus for me with my agents, at least the one that most people come to me for, is social media. And, planning out how they're going to market on social media, what kind of things they should be posting. So I like to, create custom marketing schedules or content schedules for them, essentially. And, to help give them ideas of what to post. Because a lot of times, especially if you're not really active on social media, they get a little lost and they don't know what they should be posting or what's appropriate to post. So yeah, I like to help them kind of come up with those different creative ideas. And then, I can help them create their different templates and things like that as well. And just, help try to hold them a little bit accountable to make sure that they are posting things consistently and really getting their name out there.
Okay, cool. I love it. No, and what everybody has to hear, and both of you have said this too, is you meet with the agents, whether they want to meet in a small group or individual. I know if I was selling real estate, I would definitely do that because, like social media for me, I've been doing this for 39 years. Social media was definitely the newest thing. And back when I started with it, doing it 10 years ago, if I could get help loading it up, setting it up, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. No, I don't do dance videos, although I'm considering it. Yes, I am.
You should try.
All right. Awesome, Jamie. All right. How about you, Brittany?
Again, very similar to Jamie and Rhonda. It's really meeting with my agents one-on-one and finding their why. Because as they have stated, when an agent finds marketing that they enjoy, they're going to be consistent with it. And no matter what kind of marketing you choose to do, it is all about consistency at the end of the day. And unfortunately, there's no magic pill. And that's what I find a lot, especially for my newer agents, which I love so much. But you're getting so much information when you first get licensed, all the classes, all the training, which are all phenomenal. And sometimes you feel like you need to do everything. You need to, stick your foot in every little pond to see what works. And again, my strategy is a little bit different of easing yourself in. Let's try farming if that's something you're interested in. Let's get you set up on social media. Again, let's see what you really enjoy to do, and then let's take it from there. Most of my agents know I love farming. It's one of my absolute favorite ways for an agent to market themselves. But I always tell my agents a big thing to remember is that it takes time, and it's all about that consistency piece. There could be months that go by before you start getting leads. So you have to have the right mindset going into that marketing, knowing we're not going to send out one mailer or door drop once and probably get 4 listings. It's those homeowners seeing your face and name over and over again to where when they think about going to buy or sell, that you're the agent that they call. So that consistency piece is really important. And, too, with farming, a lot of agents, you think, I want to market to 3,000 homeowners a month. That sounds phenomenal. But when you add in that consistency piece of where you need to be really marketing to them every single month, 3,000 homeowners is a lot to target every single month. So my little joke, and my agents will know if they've come to my farming class, I like to call it gardening instead of farming, because my agents that are really successful within their farms have relatively small farms. We're talking maybe 200 to 500 homes. And they're successful because they can be consistent with that number. So like Rhonda was saying, how we look at that data, we look at number of homes, we look at turnover. So I really pride ourselves, especially Rhonda, Jamie, myself, and that we're just not handing you guys data and saying, okay, there you go. We're really working on the full plan. Again, is this the right area for you? Once we've chosen your area, what kind of marketing pieces do we want to focus on? So again, just really working together as a team with our agents so that they can be as successful.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah. You guys help them with their strengths. And you know, the thing is that if I like getting on the phone, I mean, that's a great way to do business today. It's a great way to farm. It's a great way to call expires. If I like door knocking, getting out there door knocking, you guys actually help them with the flyers and everything too, even though they have all the templates that they could possibly want to use out of the VAC, and they should definitely be using it, right? So, and you guys, I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen, but you're getting all kinds of comments too. You're very popular today. All right. What about, okay. So I'm an agent. I'm already doing well. You know, I'm not really using social media or anything like that yet. What would you recommend? Like, what would be like the first steps? Rhonda, what would you tell them to do? We'll go right down the line again in today's market. If I want to get involved in, because you probably have all three of them a slightly different opinion of who to use. I know, like my age, here's what I know. I'll be 60 in December. I know that Facebook is the number one thing I would get business on because of my age. I know that because I've been doing this for about 10 years now, social media. But what would you tell them, Rhonda?
Well, exactly what you said. Facebook is a great starting point. And again, depending on your age, you have some of the younger millennials, and they're already very proficient in Instagram. I think that if I were to go back, because I'm a Facebook user much more than Instagram, but I'm really going outside of my comfort zone, I think, and trying to learn more about Instagram. But again, it depends, like you said, Rick, on who's your audience. You know, you're maybe in an older audience, not older, because let me tell you, we're the same age, buddy. So
we're not old.
We're not old. So again, just knowing who your audience is. I find some agents that don't have a Facebook business page. So I encourage them to start with that. And any of the three of us can help set up that Facebook business page for them. Brittany and Jamie are like beyond amazing when it comes to Instagram. So if you're more of a Facebook person, we can all help you with that. Brittany and Jamie are really good in Instagram. So Instagram is nice because you can actually link it directly to your Facebook. So if you're starting out, I always say start with Instagram. Just if you don't know anything, get Instagram and get comfortable with that because it will automatically link to your Facebook. So you're not double posting.
Yeah, no, that's great too. And the business page I think is important, but I think most of I don't know about you ladies, but most of the interaction I get is on my personal page, even though I post it on both, because I have a couple business pages too. What about you, Jamie? What do you think? Because I know you're big on Instagram.
So yes, I am very big on Instagram. And, you know, like Rhonda said, when you post on your Instagram, you can make it so that it automatically posts to your Facebook. And I think Instagram it's very much more user friendly because in my experience, at least with Facebook, I feel that, you know, there's constantly different things that are changing. You know, the post button used to be one place, and then a week later you look and it's like, wait a second, where did it go? How do I even post on my own page? I'm saying that based off of experience. Like people have come to me with that before. So I think because Instagram is so user friendly, it's definitely a great route to start because you can have it automatically post to your Facebook. But I always try to remind agents to, hey, if you're going to be posting on your Instagram, remember that it's posting to your Facebook as well. Don't forget to check your Facebook notifications and see what kind of engagement you've gotten on there as well. Because if you're not engaging on either one, you're going to get really, really bogged down in those algorithms. But Instagram is just so user friendly. And a lot of people, at least in my age bracket, because I'm a millennial, but a lot of people turn to Instagram or even TikTok to find out really any kind of information, whether it's educating themselves on something new, learning how to fix a dishwasher, or finding the best like new restaurant. You know, like I turn to those social media outlets personally for a lot of different kinds of resources because, you know, these days, if you go and look on Yelp or something, you can't really trust that those reviews are going to be honest, right? But if you look on social media, people get really brutally honest in those comment sections. But I think it is such a valuable thing, and it's such a great way to reach such a broad audience for, and it's very cost effective. You don't have to pay anything unless you decide to boost a post, then of course you're going to be paying for something. But yeah, so Instagram and TikTok, I think, well, TikTok, that's a different story. That one can be a little bit intimidating, but Instagram now also has the ability to go live and to post longer form videos, right? So Instagram, I think, is my favorite place for agents to start out. And you can also schedule out now, which is fantastic.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. That is true. What about you, Brittany? Which one's your faves?
I would have to agree with Jamie. I would say Instagram is by far my favorite platform. Like she said, it's, for me, a lot more user-friendly, especially when we go into setting up a professional page. You can just switch the Instagram page that you've had for years, that you have, say a couple hundred followers on, right over to a professional page. So you're not losing any of your followers, any of your content, which for me is huge, because I'm so glad Jamie brought up the term engagement, because that is the key to all of your social media, whether you're using Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Engagement is the one thing you need to be focused on. And when we say that term, we're referring to people engaging with your content, likes, comments, shares, saves. So again, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram, that needs to be your number one goal. We all get questions on what kind of content should we be posting. And like Jamie said, we can help set up those content schedules. But really, it's going to be different for each user, because what you really need to look at when you start posting on social media is which posts are performing the best, which posts are getting the most engagement, and we need to recreate those same type of posts. We have to remember that Facebook and Instagram are in the business to make money. They want people staying on their platforms. Instagram doesn't want a user leaving Instagram to go over to TikTok. So they're going to reward users who have content with really good engagement. I always like to use the example of Facebook. Let's say we have 300 friends on Facebook. I can pretty much guarantee that when you're scrolling through looking at everyone's posts, you see about the same 50 people's posts every day. We're not seeing all 300 friends. And that's because those are the users that you are engaging with. You're engaging with their content. So Facebook's going to go, I'm going to make sure to show Brittany all of Jamie's content because she engages with her. Again, that should always be your number one goal. We have a ton of tips and tricks to boost your engagement, to get more likes, comments, views. But also, like Jamie said, sometimes we're so focused on our content that we also need to remember to engage with our followers and our friends. When they post content, when they post things, you have to be, really mindful to also engage with them, because now, with the algorithms, they're way more likely to see your content as well as engage with you.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I always tell the agents, don't have real estate agent in your feed except for a few of the agents in the office. And as soon as you see each other's posts, immediately comment, because what happens when one comment happens, and then two, and the next thing you know, you've got a chain of events happening, and that's what you want. You want people commenting, and you should spend time every day commenting on your customers and your clients' stuff as well, engaging with them as well, which I think is very important.
If I can add one thing too, because engagement is huge, but also asking questions to kind of boost that engagement is also really, really vital when it comes to social media. You can't just post something on your Instagram, like on your permanent feed, and just have a basic caption that's like, oh, look at this great house. Like, you want to ask questions, right? To encourage people to actually start engaging. Like, that's kind of the trick to get people to actually comment. Like, or even on your Instagram story, oh, I'm having my daily coffee over at Vesta Coffee Roasters. Do you guys like the downtown area? What's your favorite coffee spot to go to? You know what I mean? Because then, again, it encourages people to start that conversation, and it boosts you so much higher up in the algorithm and draws so much more attention to your page that way. So that's one huge tip when it comes to social media, is actually ask questions that people want to, or that encourage people to want to get involved in these conversations.
Okay,
and a little add-on that I've seen, that I've seen mainly on Facebook, and this is for people in all industries, especially in sales. I've seen them do this, but they'll have one day where they'll just post a question, and it's normally a silly question, like, what do you prefer, mayonnaise or Miracle Whip? or, you know, something totally unrelated to our industry, but a question. And you'll see they'll get a ton of comments. Like Jamie said, they're asking that question. We're getting that engagement. And then the following day, you will see that they will post about their business or an open house. So again, it's kind of going in and tricking that algorithm a little bit as well. But we just got really good engagement. We got, you know, all of these comments, and then they go in and post for their actual business.
Yeah.
Like,
and it doesn't have to be
was,
thought-provoking questions either. It can be something
Like-
as simple as that.
Mhm.
like Rhonda in my age, we could post a question that says, you know, this would be for men, Ginger or Marianne? You remember that, Rhonda? Gilligan's Island? All right.
That's funny. That's funny.
That was a question because anyway, you have to have seen the show Gilligan's Island. You guys are too young for it, but that was a question that you would always hear: Marianne or Ginger? All right, so what about YouTube Shorts? No one's mentioned YouTube Shorts. I kind of like it. I think it's a good platform. I think a lot of people are using it. Is it something you guys are talking about as well?
Not as much. I definitely need to get more into the YouTube verse. I have a lot of agents that love doing videos, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, and my advice is our videos are king. You know, they get the best engagement. So the more video content you can create and do is better. And a lot of agents think too, when you're doing video, it has to be behind a green screen and it has to be kind of this real estate robot video. And I actually think the complete opposite. And the more organic, the better, you know, whether it's just a little tripod of you in your office, you're in your car, again, where they get to see the real you and build that relationship with you. So don't overthink the videos and just more organic than professional.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, here's my favorite question. And I don't think I even told you guys I was going to be asking this, but this time we'll go backwards because Brittany's always the last one to answer. We'll let you go first, Brittany, and we'll go Jamie and then Rhonda last. So you work with agents all the time, right? You work with agents all the time. Give us like 2 traits each. Brittany, what do you think? For an agent to be successful in today's world, what do you see as a couple of the common traits that they have?
One, you have to meet people. You have to get in front of people. You know, as we stated, we're here to help with your marketing and be a resource, but a lot of agents want to hide behind that marketing. You know, we just want to send the emails. We just want to send the postcards. But we're in an industry where we have to build relationships and trust. So if we're not actually going out there and meeting people and building those relationships, it's going to take a lot longer for you to be successful. So meeting people is definitely one, and then consistency would be number 2. You know, I have agents that have been in the business for a very long time. And when I ask them, what are you doing for marketing? What's working? And most of them have stuck to the same strategies of when they almost first got licensed, but they've been consistent with it their whole career. So they haven't seen, you know, one video of this is the magic new program to use and you're going to get all these leads. They've stuck to what they've known. They've been consistent with it, which has bred their success.
Love it. I love it. Awesome. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm one. You know, my joke at Success Series, I always tell them, don't be a secret agent. You have to get out there and talk to people. You got to be, you got to do stuff. And because if they don't know you, and that's what the one thing that really sold me on social media is video. They get to know you, believe you, trust you, right? Your personal life, your kids. Like you said, like I saw you out in the boat. I didn't know that you could wakeboard behind a wake like that, Brittany. Good job. Unless it was for social media, right? Good job. I love it.
Thank you.
I just that, right? But anyway, that looked like a lot of fun. But then, see, these are things that I wouldn't have known about you or you, Rhonda, or Jamie, unless you guys put it on social media, and it's a good thing because when they can sense that you're a human, not just somebody that wants their business, okay, it always works better. All right, Jamie, what do you think? Give me a couple too. Traits. Go ahead.
Mine are pretty much the same as Brittany's. Definitely, consistency is the one thing that I push all the time. Every time I'm in one of the sales meetings at the Southwest office, I always say, what is the one thing that I tell you guys to stay on top of? And it's your consistency. Like holding yourself accountable to be consistent is so, so important. Such, you know, it can get really easy to get discouraged. You know, you send out a postcard once and you don't hear anything back. Maybe you send it out 2 or 3 times, you still don't hear anything back. It is going to take time because you have to build that brand recognition. You have to build that rapport. And that's where I think another really great trait to have is charisma and like excitement about your job and what you're doing. Even on those days where it gets really discouraging because you're not getting those phone calls, stay on top of it and, you know, continue to be excited about it because at some point the momentum's going to start going, right? You're going to gain that momentum. You're going to start getting those deals in, and people want to see their agent be excited about real estate, right? Like if I'm looking at 2 different agents and one person seems like super dismal and really discouraged and doesn't really care about, different kinds of market information, things like that, I'm probably not going to want to work with them. Whereas if I see somebody who is super enthusiastic and so excited, and I know that they have my best interest at heart, then yes, that's who I'm going to choose. You know what I mean? So I think, having that charisma and that excitement about your job that you're doing, because you elected to be in this job. You're basically an independent contractor, right? So you should be excited for it. And if you're not, sorry, like I hate to sound like an asshole. Am I allowed to cuss on this?
You're okay. It's live. It's live, and you just swore for 11. It's cool.
Oh God, I love that. But no, you're just I don't see there being a very long career in real estate if it's not something that you are excited about. So have that charisma and that excitement and that consistency.
Yeah. Like our lovely agent in St. Rose, Francesca says, it's better to be a Tigger than an Eeyore.
Exactly.
Right. All right. Awesome, Jamie. Thank you. Okay, Rhonda, how about you?
Well, I obviously agree with both of them. But one thing I think I'm seeing and more with newer agents is they're always, they're fixing to get ready. Like, I'm not ready yet. I can't get out there. I don't know all the answers. I need to have more handouts. I need to get another farm. Stop it. Just get out there and do it. Take action. You're not going to know all the answers. You're not going to be fully prepared at all times, but you have to start somewhere. So just start. Start talking to people. You have to talk to people. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more chances you're going to have of getting a listing or working with a buyer. So sometimes stop overthinking it. Just get out there and do it and talk to people.
Just do it. You remind me of, have you ever seen the video? I just listened to Arnold Schwarzenegger's book about a month ago about, it's narrated by him. It's one of the reasons I got it. And so I can't help it. I do the Arnold accent all the time. But Shia LaBeouf, you ever see Shia LaBeouf on YouTube doing the just do it? If you haven't, he says it like 87 different ways. I think he might be on something. I can't verify that, but I think he may be. But anyway, he says it over and over and over. Just do it like a multiple ways. So if you haven't seen that, I agree with Rhonda. There is no perfect way. Okay.
And Rick, can I say something? Can I add something else? And sometimes you don't know what to do. You don't know where to start, or you think, I need another idea. Please, that's what Brittany, Jamie, and myself are here for. We will always have some resource for you to have in your hand to go door knock or to talk to someone, or we can get you a farm to pick up the phone, just start calling people. There's scripts. I mean, my goodness, the Mike Ferry scripts, we all have them. You should never have any reason to not have something to talk about.
Ever in real estate, right?
If I can add something too, when I started this job, my boss, Rick Senemy, he told me, he's like, you have to just kind of get out there and just start talking to people, right? Because we're in a very similar business. You guys go after buyers and sellers. We go for real estate agents. And my biggest fear going into it was, well, what if they ask me something that I don't know the answer to? And I feel like that's also a question that a lot of brand new realtors have. You don't ever tell anybody no. You can let them know, hey, I'm not fully sure. There's a tactful way of telling them, I don't know the answer to this question, but I will find out for you. And then also that gives you an opportunity to follow up with these people, right? Yeah. So, and follow up is huge in this industry. So No, you, like Rhonda said, you really just have to do it. And if you're so afraid because you don't know the answers, you'll get them the answer. And that's okay if you don't know, because you're just starting out. The
Right.
only way to figure it out is by having people ask these questions and going and seeking out those answers for them.
Right. And I know Rick said, I mean, the man with the great name and haircut. Let's face it.
Yeah. Basically, you guys are twins.
Come on, Paul. What? No honk. No. I mean, I set you up perfectly.
I love it.
All right. So now, yes, we've come to that time. Let's give them. I want you guys to tell them each your own version of. You can call it the elevator speech, but like your products, your tools, even for people out there that aren't realtors that are going to be doing a closing or need title help or whatever. You guys offer some great programs. So tell us about it, please. We'll start with you, Rhonda.
Data. If you are looking for any type of data on what's going on in this current market, we can provide that to you. Always have the up-to-date, most current information on what is happening in the market in regards to turnover rates, to how many homes are on the market, to how many are sold, comparing from year over year. So data is
to piggyback on that, the most analytical person I know, I share a wall with. He's right over here, Forrest Barbie, our broker, and he uses all your data for his Forrest's blog. And if you're not reading Forrest's blog, which has all your data, I would recommend you guys do that. So I love that one. And you know what? You guys have all the good data. I mean, everything, turnover rates, everything that they need. See, some realtors don't understand it. I think Jamie said, you're an independent contractor. You're a solo entrepreneur. You're a business. Business needs to know their numbers. So that's very important, Rhonda. Thank you. How about you, Jamie? What do you think?
So what I like to encourage agents to order before they go into a listing appointment is our lien summary report. So basically, it's kind of like a shortened version of a prelim. So an agent requests a lien summary report. It'll let us know if there's water easements, any HOA liens, if there's unpaid child support, better watch out for that. Or if there's solar, anything like that on the property, they can bring that in, let their seller know, hey, this is what we need to get taken care of before we go into contract. And then once they and it makes them look a lot more prepared, right? Because I like to tell people to position yourself as the expert in your industry, and that just makes you look even more like the expert. So order those lien summaries from us. If you guys are going to order them, make sure you give us 2 days heads up before you go into that listing appointment at least, because sometimes it can take a little bit of time depending on the load of requests that we already have. And then after that, once you actually get that listing, prior to going into contract, we can order you guys a prelim with our Equity Advantage program. And if you guys close with us, the buyer and seller each get 30% off of their escrow fees. But the benefit of it for the agents is they get a prelim completely free of charge. Your escrow officer will go in, pull up any red flags so that we can, troubleshoot all of that before we actually close. And it makes for a much smoother transaction.
I love it. I love it. Two of my favorites. Let's see if Brittany picks up my third favorite. Go ahead, Brittany. How about you?
So I'm going to talk a little bit about our site and app. So our website is equitynv.com, and our app is Equity Mobile. And there are some amazing tools for agents through our site and app. One, you can create your own custom net sheets. And we even just went in and updated to where now it has a change for the commission. So you can actually break down what the commission percentage is and who is paying. So that's really great. And two, you can add in your own custom costs. So this is one of my favorite aspects of our net sheet calculator. So let's just say your BAC fee or transaction fee or a home warranty, repairs. You can add that all in custom. So it's not just the customary costs that we see. You can really customize your net sheets. Plus it saves them. So let's say you go into a listing appointment and we have our net sheet, we present it. Now offers come in, so we need to make a few tweaks. All of that information is saved. So you don't have to go in, start from scratch, create a brand new net sheet. It's already in there and saved for you. So again, the net sheets I love. You can also create property profiles. So you can log right onto the site. You can search by address, parcel number. You can even search by a picture of the home. So let's just say you're out showing homes and you see a property that your client's like, I would love to live in that house. You can take a picture of that property and it'll actually pull up a property profile for you, which is awesome. Yes. You can also create farms. And one thing I love about our farming tool is the second that you draw your area for your farm, It's going to tell you the two important aspects when choosing a farm. It's going to tell you the number of homes that you just chose, as well as your turnover percentage. So again, you could log right on and within 2 minutes, look at a farm area and see if it has a great turnover. And when we talk about that turnover percentage, I usually like to recommend about a 5% and above, meaning the 5% of homes are selling within that area when we're looking at that. And then last but not least, we have market snapshots. So these are amazing for open houses. And it is a one-page market snapshot. You can either do a draw map area, an entire zip code, but really great data. And what I like about that is that it's data that's easy to understand by the consumer. A lot of time when we're looking at market stats, we understand everything, months of inventory, things like that, but the average consumer might not. So that market snapshot is very easy to understand and great content.
Wow. You guys offer so much. It's awesome. Everybody should use you immediately, if not sooner. And I tell them that every day at Success Series as well. So you guys, Rhonda, Jamie, Brittany, thank you very much for taking your time out today. Rhonda, look forward to seeing you today at Success.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.